what I'd like to do is obviously welcome everybody, whoever's logged in, all our participants, as well as our hosts. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whichever part of the world you've logged in from. Welcome, all of you, welcome to our next episode of our educational series on the dark web. Because at the end, we have a live demo. So our entire education series is all about educating and creating awareness, right? And in people, in organizations, for individuals, for families, and for children alike. So what we do is generally for most of our educational series, we have a demo session at the end of this of each session. So I would kindly request everybody to stay back if you'd like to really see the demo on how dark web actually works. So a lot of us don't know what dark web is all about and what happens if you or your data gets hacked. So what we're going to do is in the live demo, we're going to show you at the end what dark web actually looks like as a platform. What are the things that, what are the dangers basically for your data to be hacked? And if you end up in a dark web, so a lot of times unknowingly we surf the net, we put in data on a lot of websites, and we don't know if those websites are secure. We don't know if your data, people who are collecting your data, is a secure website or are securing your data for you. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you how your data could potentially end up in the wrong place. And when it ends up in the wrong place, it could potentially cost you a lot, right? If your credit card details are hacked, then obviously your CVV numbers are also available to the people over there on the dark web, and so people tend to then hack you over and over again. So the thing about hackers is that it's very difficult to get them out of your life. Once you get hacked and they have a hold of your details, it's extremely difficult to get them out of your life. So that's why we feel the need to create this awareness and basically get people to understand what it means if your data is breached or hacked or whatever it is. So over to you, Meza. Do you want to start projecting?
Oh, Ferozi, can you give
I
me a
think
minute, please?
Yeah, okay. So in the meantime, I think while we upload and start the presentation, let me just introduce our team. So I'm the founder of Protect. ProteqMe actually was formed to basically combat cybercrime. So the whole idea of Protect is to create that kind of awareness and to kind of extend the tips and the tips and techniques to keep people and organizations safe. In today's session, I have with me my senior partner, Babak, and my partner, Mezad. Babak, over to you if you'd like to say a few words about your background and, where do you come from and how many years of experience and why the dark web today?
Sure. Thank you very much. So I am Bobak, a cybersecurity researcher, programmer, and a hacker. And we are going to show you how to use dark web and how to connect to the Tor network by your computer, and how to be safe over there, and how to surf dark web safely.
All right. Mez, a few words from you.
Oh, hi, everybody. Hope you're having a good day, and I hope you do continue having a good day with our session. My name is Mehzad Mutafram. I'm a cybersecurity researcher and trainer, and the purpose for this series is to educate individuals on how the dark web works and how black hat hacking actually happens and how we can protect ourselves against it. All right, so let's get into it.
Yeah. So if you just give me a second, I'm just going to be sharing my screen now. Go 1 minute. Oops. Oh, okay. So what we'd like to do is before we proceed further, we just want to put out a disclaimer. So this session is going to show you a lot of tips and tricks about the dark web. How people use the knowledge is their responsibility. We are not responsible for anybody's actions, right? The intention of our session is purely to educate people against being hacked and to understand the consequences of if you get hacked and if your data gets breached. So it's just a disclaimer from us. Use of the information and use of the knowledge through our website is not Protect's responsibility. It's not our responsibility. So over to you guys. Mez, if you want to just take over.
All right. So, like Firuzi said, this is a disclaimer because we do not support black hat hacking in any way. This is purely for demonstrative purposes. Okay, so let's move forward. Babak, the next slide. All right. So what is the dark web really? Okay. So the dark web is a part of the internet that isn't indexed by search engines. Okay. And what is the difference between the deep web and the dark web? Babak, you want to tell us a little bit about it?
Sure. So dark web is included. I mean, it's constructed by some nodes. We call it systems, servers, or whatever. Those nodes are using Tor network protocol in order to connect to each other. So, for example, you as a client can manage and configure your computer in order to connect to the Tor network, and even you can serve Tor network as a server or even website. Okay, so dark web and deep web. I will explain the difference between dark web and deep web both. But I want to tell you, this is how exactly it works. Computers are connected together throughout all around the world, and they are not dependent into a centralized server. Okay, so those computers, each computer is a server for for other computers. So when you connect to Tor network, you connect to someone else computer from your system, and then that person will connect to another node. And again, these nodes will make the whole network. So what happens, there is no control over those networks from a centralized perspective. Dark web and deep web mostly used similar, but they are not similar. Let's say deep web is a layer of Tor network which mostly are used by all the clients. Okay, but dark web is the bottom of the Tor network, which links of dark web are not shown to anyone. So how they find out which server is serving what via some jobber channels, let's say XMPP protocols, and they can inform you via text message, just like a messaging protocol, just like WhatsApp. Okay, so you can have IRC channels as well. You can have jobber accounts that they will inform you about the new link of the dark web website. At the dark web, mostly criminals or some illegal activities are done. So they are the deepest level of dark web.
So, Babak, I have a question because of a lot of people who are in the session, just for them to know. So, the first point says that because it's the internet that isn't indexed by search engines. So, just for clarification, what do we mean by indexing the search engines?
Again, because of the nature of the network of dark web, the search engine doesn't access to that protocol, so they cannot index it. Even if you bring up a website and you do not introduce your website to those search engines, they cannot find you very easily. But they can find you finally, not in the dark web. I mean, the dark web doesn't allow Google crawlers to crawl through the dark web and find websites and the contents of those websites. Because of that, it is not indexing on the search engines normally.
All right. So here are some stats, right, on the screen as you can see them. Let's move on to the next slide, Babak. So here's the question that everybody wants to know. Is the dark web illegal? Are there any repercussions to just surfing the dark web? Could you shed some light on this?
So dark web is not all about illegal activities. There are some good contents on the dark web as well. So let's say I am a good guy and I want to share my knowledge with with other people, but I'm not going to share it just like any other website, any normal website on the web. I want to share it in a network, in a private network, okay? And I want to give access to some private people, not all the people. I want to have my community, myself, my forum. So what I select, what options do I have? So I can use Telegram, for example. Yeah, but Telegram is something that is exposed. So the only option that I have is to run my website on the Tor protocol, Tor network protocol, which is dark web, which is called dark web or deep web. These can be legal
Right.
activities, okay? Or even I can have some services, for example, website programming or whatever, at the dark web. The server is mine, so I'm not dependent into any other hosting provider or any other domain name provider. Okay, so these are legal activities, but of course there are illegal activities on dark web too, because they
Right.
cannot find out, they cannot track you very simply. It's not impossible, they can track you, but it's very hard to find you.
Yeah. Also, I'd like to point out to a lot of the participants that a lot of companies do have dark web presences. For example, Facebook has a dark web presence. The New York Times has a dark web presence. A lot of cybersecurity experts use the dark web to track threats, to mitigate them, and to track them. All right. So let's move on to the next slide. Dark network began as an anonymous communication channel, and it serves for a valuable purpose. And it's also used actually in places where the internet is not freely allowed, where people are not freely allowed to share their opinions. And that's why a lot of people also use the dark web for those purposes. Okay? For example, you can conduct discussions about current events anonymously. There are several whistleblower sites, including a dark web version of WikiLeaks. Okay? And we all know about Pirate Bay. Anybody who's grown up in the 90s and 2000s knows about the Pirate Bay. It's a site that was constantly shut down by law enforcement officials, and it still lives on the dark web. All right. So let's move on to the next slide, Babak.
So if we want to explain dark web browsers, there are some of browsers that are especially for surfing the dark web. The most famous one is Tor browser, which you may heard about it. We are going to show you at the demo how to use Tor browser, how to use those um, configs for surfing at the dark web, and we will explain it completely to you.
Yeah. In the demo, we will also be showing you all some dark web websites. All right. But more importantly, let's talk about the dark web search engine. Babak, you want to shed some light on this? What is the dark web search engine?
Actually, there is not a real dark web search engine because, again, the Tor network doesn't allow search engines to crawl the websites that are serving people on the Tor. There are some search engines that index by just, for example, let's say they have visited some websites on dark web. So they index them, but not all of those websites, when we are talking about it or when they post it on the search engine, are live. Okay, that's why when you go to a hidden Wikitor search, you cannot find all of the links that they have put over there live at the present.
Right. Also, let's take this moment to tell the attendees that if you guys have any questions, anything at all, please ask us and we will get to them at the end of the presentation. All right. So let's talk about dark web sites. Now, we've all seen domains ending with .com, .co, those kind of suffixes, right? But dark web sites end with a .onion suffix, okay? And they have completely unintelligible unintelligible addresses. Okay, Babak, you want to talk about this? Why does this happen? Why do they not have proper domain names as such?
It is because of the protocol again. So the Tor protocol doesn't let them to have something like onion, something like .com, .net, or whatever, because those .com, .net suffix or those regular suffix domain names are provided by domain name providers. But here, when you run a website, you are using Tor network directly. So that's why the address is something weird, like 12 characters or 56 character.
Right. And another thing to point out is that these websites never stay constant. They're always moving. Yeah. So
Yes,
Babak
of
earlier
course.
spoke about something, right?
Yes, of
Babak, you
course.
want to talk
Because
about,
yeah, go ahead.
yeah? Go ahead, go ahead.
Okay, because these websites mostly do some illegal activities, they can change their domain every, for example, 24 hours or every time that they want. So they will change the name of their domain and they will reload their website. So if FBI or NSA or whatever organization is going after them, they cannot find them very easily. But how clients would understand? So most of the clients will become a membership of those websites. Okay, after becoming the membership, and when you are registering, they will get your jobber ID. Okay, which is a
Right.
protocol just like a messenger. So they will message you, they will send some messages that we have changed our website domain to this, and then you can reserve their domain or their website. This is the way that illegal activities are done on the dark web.
All right. So let's take a look into online black markets now. All right. So we're going to discuss some of the websites that our team of researchers has come across, and we're going to discuss them. So the first was Onion Links, right? What is Onion Links, Babak?
Look, onion leaks, there are all let's say you just connected to Tor browser. You want to surf the dark web. Okay, so what you should search? You don't have any name, you don't have any domain name, and those domain names are not you cannot memorize them. Okay, so look at this. For example, the onion links are too lengthy that you cannot even memorize any of them. So you should have a search. How you search? You should find some Tor search engines as we discussed, but they are not reliable very much. Onion links can be found out via some websites, which I will show you how to use those websites at the demo.
All right. Okay. Thanks, Babak.
So
The
let's
next
talk
is this.
about yeah, let's talk about
Tell us
some
about.
illegal activities, just like CC Palace stores. So what they do, they they uh, they just sell credit cards that they have hacked. Okay, so some hackers hack your credit cards, your data, steal your CVV information, steal your cookie information, and then put it for sale somewhere. So those who buy these credit cards can use those credit cards in order to buy stuffs from Amazon, wherever. Okay, and this
Right.
is one sample of they just name it carding. Okay, so carders do carding by selling stolen credit cards.
All right.
This is another dark web marketplace which they collect database from hacked websites and they sell those information to the people. We will go
So I
through
have
it.
I have a quick question,
Yeah.
Babak. So if I have put my information on a website, for example, maybe just to buy something for $10, $20 with my CVV number and card details, would I know that my data has gotten hacked through that website and it's ended up in the dark web?
There are some websites that you can search your name or your email, just like Am I Pwned website, for example. Yeah, but there is no direct way to understand if you are hacked, because maybe they have hacked the database newly, so it is not indexed anywhere else that you can search it. Or maybe they are selling it at dark web to just private people, so you can never find out that your data have been hacked.
Right. So for the attendees, I have sent a link of Have I Been Pwned. You can use this site to check whether your email ID or your passwords have been compromised, and it'll tell you exactly where it got compromised. Right? Just something for you all to look at. Let's move on, Babak. What is the dark web hackers website?
Okay, so you can hire hackers at dark web as well. For example, if you want to hack someone, you can hire a hacker, ask him to hack his mobile phone, his system, or his email, her email, or whatever. So let's say not most, let's say 100% of the payments on the dark web are through cryptocurrencies. You cannot use your credit card in order to pay a hacker or whatever cryptocurrency and then pay through cryptocurrency to those hackers.
Right.
This is another sample of one of the scariest dark websites, which is called Genesis Market. They hack people systems and they put those hacking data for sale. Um, they mostly use some kind of botnets in order to hack clients. So botnets are some kind of malware that hackers can use in order to hack your system or your mobile phone. And then they will sell those information on this market. You cannot register on this market without invitation. So there's no way for registration for ordinary or normal people.
And guys, as you can
So
look
demo
in that,
time. Let me
right. But Babak, before we go there,
go ahead.
In the Genesis slide, if you look at it, they're actually selling people's information for like $1, $5, and it's all of their information compromised, right? Which is very, very shocking. Which is exactly why we're running these webinars, to educate people about these things and know that they happen. So please be safe on the web. Be safe when you're using your credentials. Before we go into the demo, let's just take some of the questions, right? And here's a really, really good question. If anyone tries to log into the dark web, should the person enter his or her bio details and credentials? Babak?
So what I feel, sorry, I have some delay. What I feel is you never uh, let me take some example. When you put all of your real information on a form, and when you send it to the server, those information are saved somewhere forever. So try not to use your real information when you are not sure about the legitimacy of a website. Okay, you can use temp mail for getting, which I will show you at the demo. You can use temp mails for getting temporary mail addresses. You can use fake name generators for introducing fake identities. So try not to use your real information on any suspicious website.
Thank you. The next question is it possible to contact ransomware attackers using dark web Tor network or protocol?
Sorry, I couldn't hear again.
Let me repeat myself. The next question is is it possible to contact ransomware attackers using the dark web Tor network protocol?
Let's say 80% of those contacts are scam. So be careful not to get scammed. Those are just fake people who are selling some fake stuffs over there. Okay. if you uh, if you have infected, if your system has infected with some kind of ransomware, yes, of course, the only way to contact them is through the ransomware contact information. No other way to use any contacts.
All right, thank you. The next question is, how do we decrypt WhatsApp Messenger databases like Crypt8 or Crypt12 without the key and the
Oh, that
physical?
is, I don't think that is related to our session. But there are many tutorials online that you can search Google as well to understand how to decrypt. And there are many scripts on GitHub that you can download and use them.
And that is the most that we will say about this. All right. The next topic is how to find forums and articles in the dark web.
Yes, we will show you in a couple of minutes at the demo how to find forums and articles or whatever you want at the dark web.
All right. The next question is, why don't dark web pages accept JavaScript?
No, it's wrong. They accept JavaScript as well. They are just PHP websites or ASP.NET or whatever technology website that you are seeing at the internet, they are using at the dark web too. The only problem with the JavaScript, which I will show you on the Tor browser itself, it is. So Tor browser will disable some JavaScripts in order to hide your track or footprint.
All right. So someone has written that, Mehzad, one of the links that you shared, I found that my email is hacked. My best advice to you is stay calm. There's nothing to really worry about. Most of our emails are hacked. What you can do is just change your password and make sure you change it every 30 to 90 days. Okay, that's the best thing you can do to keep yourself secure. All right, moving on to the next question. How can we use the dark web for positive purposes?
Actually, this is a very general question. So if you think positive, you can use positive contents, or you can put positive contents on a website on dark web. For example, you can guide people to be honest, a forum for trusty, whatever. So it depends on you and your character. Again, it's just like a knife. Okay, so you can use a knife to kill someone, or you can use a knife to cut the fruits.
Good one. All right. Okay. Thank you, Babak. Let's move into the live demo if there are no more questions. But before we do, guys, we are going to be sharing a feedback form with you in the email, which you will receive tomorrow. So please, I would urge all of you all to fill out the survey, because this helps us basically make better content for you. All right. So let's get into the demo.
So so the first thing that we should do when we want to surf black markets or dark web or deep web, no matter which one, we should have a very reliable VPN first. So do not use, never ever do not use without a VPN the Tor browser. There are ways to not to bypass Tor browser and find out the real IP that you are using. So try just to use a VPN first, and just buy those VPNs from legitimate companies. Do not buy VPN or proxies from everywhere. You have some comments,
And also don't
Mirza?
VPNs. Yeah, please don't use free VPNs. Nothing is for free. So just invest in VPNs. They're not very expensive, and always use a VPN. All right. Go ahead, Bobak.
So the next step after connecting via your VPN to the internet is to use your browser to download Tor. Okay, so if you search just DL Tor and press enter, this is the Tor project that you can download your Tor browser from this. Okay, so if you go to download, then you can have different options that you can download the Tor browser from those servers. Okay, so let me download Tor browser first. Here it is. These are different options. You can use it on your mobile phone as well, but there is some configuration. There are some configurations that you can set on your mobile phone in order to use Tor browser. It's not very easy. I haven't used the latest version. Maybe they have repaired and solved those problems. What we are going, because we are going the Windows system here, we are going to download the Windows version of Tor. This is so as soon as we download the Tor browser, we should install it on our system. This is Tor browser that we downloaded. So we should just double click on it. Okay. Because I have installed it before, I'm not going to install it. Change the default folder name to something like this. Install. And it is getting installed. Okay. So it's started. I don't want the desktop shortcut. I have it already here. And we need just to run it. Okay. So the first time it will ask you to connect to the Tor network as we discussed. Look, click connect to connect to Tor. So we should connect it. Can you see my screen? My screen. Hello?
Yes, we can go back. Yeah.
Okay. So this is the Tor browser. Okay? And be sure that you are updated to the latest version when you want to use it. So the first thing is we connected through a VPN, then we downloaded Tor browser and we ran it, okay? So let me bring up my browser, my first Tor browser that I have some links over there, and I want to show you how to start searching for um, links, because the most important thing on dark web are links. If you don't have access to any link, you cannot surf anywhere, okay? So there is a website which is called Hidden Wiki, okay? So
So,
the website is not Onion website itself, but it puts live, yes.
go ahead, Babak. Go ahead.
It takes a little while. It loads because I think
So guys, something you all should know about the dark web is that it is very slow, right? Sites take time to load because of the protocol.
Not
So
so
just keep that.
slow, to be honest. This is not so slow. This is because we are using a very high bandwidth, but by the
Right.
Zoom,
Of course, yeah. But it is slower than
so
your usual speed, right? So keep that in mind.
GPS as well. I'm not using my system, so this is because of that. Okay, let me do something. Will slow down your speed or will give you a better speed.
Okay, so I think Babak has fallen off the meeting, but let's take some questions till then. All right. So, any recommendations for good and secure VPNs? Not to endorse, but for guidance. Yeah. So personally, right now, currently, I'm using private VPN. I find it very, very good and very secure. So that's definitely something you can look in. It's called private VPN, right? And also depends upon your needs and what you want. So you can easily Google and find out what you want best. They all offer the basic, the basic needs of a VPN, but some of them have a little extra trinkets here and there, like IP shuffling, for example, which is existent in HMA. So you guys can look into those little trinkets here and then select what you want best.
Sorry, guys, I
No
got
worries, Babak.
disconnected. Sorry, guys, really sorry. So can you can you see my screen or should I share it again?
Yeah, we can see it now. All right.
Okay. So let me, I reopened my Tor network. Maybe I have connected to a very slow node. So I think now it will be much better at this speed. If you see that your Tor browser is not going very well, is not working very well, you can just close it and reopen it. Maybe, yeah, here now I get a better speed.
All right.
Okay, so at the hiddenwiki.co, you can see a bunch of links that if you use them, okay, link selection. Can you see the link selection here?
Yeah. Yes, it's visible.
Yeah, okay. So if you go to any of these links, they will provide you those links that someone asked. So onion links here, if I click on that, you can see a bunch of lists that you can use to serve those websites on the dark web. Look at here, onion links. These are mostly fresh links, let's say, but some of them will not work. Okay, for example, if I want to show you something about dark web now, let's go to these are some drug stores. They will categorize these links, for example, commercial links, card shops. Let me go to this card shop to show you how they sell carding or cards online, credit cards. So look at here. This is a card shop. They sell CVV and credit cards on the card shop. For example, 10 cards with credit from $1,000 to 5,000 will cost you $90 to buy. If you want to buy you should have Bitcoin first because they just accept Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. You should register. So how we register on such a website, this is very important. I want to explain to the audience. Okay, I'm not going to use my username, my regular username here, because this website, this Onion website may be under filtering or observation of, let's say, FBI, okay, or NSA or wherever organization. So I'm using a fake identity name maker. If you don't know this address and you cannot find this address, you can use Google Chrome as well. And if you just search fake identity generator, there are many websites that make you fake identity, just like this. For example, I am a male, first name is Gerald, Joel, and just like this. All the information are fake except my email, which I will show you how to use a temporary email in order to register on this website. So I am going to register, but this website will not get my email. That's okay. I can put whatever username, just like, let's put uh, Gerald99. Okay. Let's put password something. Okay. And the captcha. Now, if I click on register, so while it is logging in or registering or whatever, you can now log in with your username and password. Okay, let me log in. I want to explain to you how to use a temporary email address. So I used Gerald99. So look at here, they are just making this website by simple PHP. As you can see, I have logged in. My wallet is now zero because I haven't deposited to this website yet, but I can search the products as well. And you can buy any products. For example, 50 information of cards, just like 50 cards they are selling from this to this uh, balance. They are selling for $250, and it is in Bitcoin. As I said, look, this Bitcoin must be paid to the website in order to release this information to you. Okay, anyway, I just wanted to show you something on the dark web, how it works. Now I want to show you how you can make yourself a fake email in order to use for registration somewhere. Okay, if you just search uh, temp mail, okay, and this is the search engine of the Tor, the default search engine, which you can use it on your Chrome browser or Firefox as well. It is called DuckDuckGo. This is a very good search engine. It's not 100% accurate, or it's not just like Chrome. It's getting less information than Chrome from your browser because each browser will keep your information at the browser itself. So for anonymity, you should use DuckDuckGo search engine. It is better. So as you can see here, we are seeing some temp mails. Okay, let's open up one of them. This is my fake email, the the temp mail has made for me. If someone sends an email to this fake email, I will get it here on my email, just like inbox. Okay. If you want to make a, let's say, if you want to make or change this name here to something optional, you can use different kind of temp mails. Some of them, like this one, will let you change the name as well. So look at here. This is the default mail that they made for me. If I want to change it, let me see. Yeah, here. They will let you change the username of your, but they won't let you change this. This is stable. So this was a sample of making a temporary email for yourself. Let me go to another shops, show you what is happening on the dark web. Not all the things are illegal. So we have New York Times on the dark web as well. Look, MySpeed again is getting problem because at the Tor network, all the nodes are changing every moment, every second. So if you are connected to node A and node A is connected to node D, maybe node D turn off the computer, then the Tor browser will find another node to substitute to node D, okay?
Yeah.
This is another website which a drug seller as, and they have shipping as well, funny. So if you buy by Bitcoin any drugs, they will ship to your place. This is another website on the dark web, and these are dark web websites, okay, because they are do illegal things. They are not deep web. Deep web is just like this, the New York Times, that is always the same address. Look at this. Let me tell you this. This is very important. Look at this NY Times at the domain name. This is deep web, okay? But look at this here. Oh, which one it was? Let me bring it up again. Look at here, all characters. This is dark web, okay? And they may change it again. So the members will be informed via those jobber IDs. So there are many of them. Of course, you can find even passports. You can buy passports online. I have stored some of them. Yeah, UK passport. They will let you buy fake passport, or even they make you a passport for just £800. Yeah, that's it. If you have any question,
Yeah.
we will be happy
So
to answer it.
we do have some questions. Before we get into that, I'd like to remind everybody this is purely for educational purposes. We do not condone the use of the dark web or any of the black hat hacking or anything as such. Okay, we do not condone it at all, and we do not support it in any way. So let's move into the questions. Uh, for a fraud examiner, how can I use the dark web to help customers/clients? What info can I get to ensure that they are secure?
I didn't get the question very good. I mean, I heard it, but I didn't get the what he
So,
means by
as a
that
fraud
question.
examiner, how can he help his clients or customers by using the dark web? Is there any way that he can track threats or anything as such?
Why using dark web for clients? I
Yeah,
mean,
could you write your question a little more clearly? Let's move on to the next question then. Can we use the dark web on our
yeah,
mobile? Is it possible to use the dark web on our mobile?
yes, of course. Yes, of course, it is possible. As I said, if you go to Tor project, let me show you. If you just search for download Tor, and if you go to Tor project, as we saw it on the demo, when we just wanted to download, at the download section, they have for Android application. I don't know if they have for iOS as well, but I think for iOS, some teams have written some applications for iOS as well. So look at here. Am I seeable? Can you see me? The
Yes.
screen?
There is an Android. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, here is an Android. You can download and install it, but not download from any other link. This is the legitimate link. Be careful.
Yeah. All right. The next question is, can we use Tor browser directly from a virtual machine like Kali instead of using a VPN? The short answer is no, don't do that. Babak, you want to give them the long answer? Babak, hello, are you there? All right, so let me take this on. Can we use the Tor browser directly from a virtual machine like Kali instead of using a VPN? You can, but it's not safe. So I would not recommend that. Always use a VPN. The purpose of a virtual machine and a VPN are very, very different, right? A VPN will basically encrypt your data and encrypt your traffic, which is outgoing and incoming, which a virtual machine will not do. What a virtual machine will keep you safe from is any malware, viruses, that kind of stuff. So use the VPN for those purposes to encrypt your data, right? Which is very, very important.
So, Mizar, I think you're also frozen on the
Okay.
screen.
Is it safe to purchase anything from the dark web? Do not purchase anything from the dark web. It's not recommended to purchase anything from the dark web, right? The next question is, can I ensure no passport are issued in my name, emails are not hacked, mobile phone is not hacked? No, you cannot ensure that. To be honest, you cannot. But what you can do is take some social, just have some cybersecurity awareness, which is why we're running these webinars. Be safe. Don't give everybody your information so freely, right? Be safe. If you're going on websites you don't trust, use temporary emails, all right? And just have some cybersecurity hygiene that you maintain at all. For example, use a VPN. Don't use public Wi-Fi without your VPN. So you can do things like this and make sure that you're safe. Change your passwords every 30 days or 90 days, right? All right. The next question is, any recommendations for a VPN? We've already covered this. But currently and personally, I'm using private VPN and I find it to be very, very good. All right. But do your research, find out what you would like and purchase that. But do not use free VPNs. Always purchase a VPN from a trusted seller. All right. Welcome back, Babak. Okay. Do we have any other questions? Anyone, anything?
Sorry.
All right.
So, Mezar, I think there's a couple of questions in the Q&A. How to hack Free Fire, for example, somebody's asked.
How to hack where?
Somebody's asked how to hack Free Fire.
What is Free Fire?
Actually, we are not here to hack somewhere. What is Free Fire? I mean, I haven't heard.
Yeah.
And
We
also
haven't heard of this.
somebody's,
And even if we did know, we're not going to teach something.
yeah. Somebody said, what is the main use of the dark web? Babak, somebody said, what is the main
Anonymity.
use of the dark web?
So it is anonymity. The main use of the dark web is for anonymity.
All right. And someone wants to know a brief history on how the dark web was created.
So I think at 1980, there was a military project by the United States, and they made the Tor network just for a military purpose. May have heard about sniffing data. So that Tor project was made in order to not let anyone to sniff data that is transmitted via the nodes. And literally, it was changed to something. And at 12, I mean, 2000. No, at 2000. I don't have the exact date. It was published.
Okay.
Right. Um, okay,
So
so
for
we don't
those
see.
guys who want to learn hacking, sorry, I just want, because most of the questions goes to hacking. Yes, of course, we can teach you how to hack.
So I think Babak is frozen.
But just for
So I think Babak is frozen. So basically, just to pick up from where
paid
Babak left
courses,
off.
we cannot go for free courses how to hack, and you need to sign something.
So Babak, your bandwidth is a little low, so let's take over,
Can you hear
Babak.
me now?
So what Babak means to say is that
Yeah, I have some kind of problem.
We do not condone hacking, but educational purposes, and we just focus on topics. All right. If you are interested in that, we will be sending out a survey tomorrow. And please follow us on social media. We will be updating you on all our latest events, on our courses, and everything in the future that we're going to be doing. Has a lot of fun planned, and we're going to be doing a lot of stuff in March as well. So please follow us on our social medias. The links are in the chat. And that's all from Team ProteqMe today. And we will catch you at our next webinar. We will also update you when the videos are going to be shared on YouTube. You will be updated through our social media. So please follow us. All right. On behalf of Team ProteqMe, goodbye and have a good day. Thank you, Firuzi. Thank you, Babak.
Thank you. Thank you, team. And thank you to all the participants for making time to attend this webinar.